Good morning everyone. In this video, we will discuss equation of a line. Our goal is to determine the different forms of the equation of a line such as the two-point form, the intercept form, the slope point form, and the slope-intercept form. Now let's proceed. When we talk about equation of a line, it is an equation in the first degree which can be written in the following forms. We have first the general form, which is written as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. And second, we have the standard form, ax plus by is equal to c. Now, in general and standard form, the values of a, b, and c are integers. Now, the last one, we have the slope-intercept form. It can be expressed as y is equal to mx plus b, where m is slope and b is the y-intercept. Now let's talk about lines parallel to the axis. On the first figure, we have here a line parallel to the y-axis. Now if we talk more about these lines, we know that the slope of this line is undefined. And on the other hand, we have here a line parallel to the x-axis. The slope of this line is equal to 0. Now, if a straight line is parallel to the y-axis, meaning this is a line that is vertical, its equation is written as x is equal to k, where k is the directed distance of the line from the y-axis. If the line is to the right of the y-axis, that means the value of k is positive. And if the line is to the left of the y-axis, that means the value of k is negative. And similarly, if a line is parallel to and at a directed distance k from the x-axis, that means this is a horizontal line. It has the equation y is equal to k. If the line is above the x-axis, that means k is positive. If the line is below the x-axis, that means k is negative. Now let's have example number 1. On the Cartesian plane below, show the graph of lines x is equal to 2 and y is equal to negative 3. Now we have here our first given equation, x is equal to 2. We know that this type of line is a vertical line. Since k is positive, that means it is to the right of the y-axis. So that is x is equal to 2. Now for the other equation of the line, we have y is equal to negative 3. And we know this line is a horizontal line. Since the value of k is negative, that means that the line is 3 units below the x-axis. So this is y is equal to negative 3. Now let's have example 2. What are the equation of the lines shown on the graph below? So we have this blue line and this orange line. So for the first line, if you can observe, this is a horizontal line and it passes through 2, which is above our x-axis. So the equation of this line is y is equal to 2. Now let's have the orange line. So for this orange line, this is the vertical line that is to the left of the y-axis. Now if you have this line and it's 1 unit to the left of the y-axis, we know that the equation of this line is x is equal to negative 1. Now let's discuss point slope form. Let L be a non-vertical line that passes through the points p sub 1 with coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1 and has a slope m. Suppose that P of coordinates x, y is a point in the plane different from P with coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1, then the slope of P to P sub 1 is m is equal to y minus y sub 1 all over x minus x sub 1. Since L is a non-vertical line, we know that x is not equal to x sub 1. Therefore, we may write this as y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Now this is called the point-slope form of an equation of a line. Let's have an example. Find an equation of the line through p sub 1 with coordinates -2, 1, which has a slope of -2/3. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So first is we have our formula. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. And we have the following given. X sub 1 is -2, y sub 1 is 1, and m is equal to -2/3. Substituting these values, we'll have y minus 1 is equal to -2/3 times the quantity of x minus -2. Simplifying this, we'll have y minus 1 is equal to -2/3 times x plus 2. Next is we will eliminate 3 by multiplying both sides by 3. So we'll have 3 times y minus 1 on the left is equal to 3 times -2/3 times x plus 2 on the right. So multiplying this, we will be canceling out 3, and on the left we'll have 3 times y minus 1 is equal to -2 times x plus 2. Now let us distribute 3 and -2. So on the left side we'll have 3y minus 3, and on the right we'll have -2x minus 4. Now, transposing -3 on the right side, we will have it as 3y is equal to -2x minus 4 plus 3. Combining the constants, we'll have 3y is equal to -2x minus 1. Now remember that in the slope-intercept form, on the left, what we need to see is just y. So we will divide both of these sides by 3. Now dividing everything by 3, we'll have 3y over 3 is equal to -2x over 3 minus 1/3. And that will lead you to y is equal to -2 over 3x minus 1/3. And this is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Now let's have the two-point form. Now recall that the slope point form has the given formula y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. And in order to use this formula, we need a point and slope. But for this case, what we are given are 2 points. So what we will do is we will change the formula by substituting the equation for slope. So we'll have y minus y sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times x minus x sub 1. And this equation is called the two-point form equation of a line. Now let's have example 4. Find the equation of the line determined by the points -3, 4, and 5, 2. Write the equation in standard form. So first is we have here our two-point formula, and then we'll substitute the given points -3, 4, and 5, 2. So this becomes y minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 4 all over 5 minus -3 times the quantity of x minus -3. Now simplifying the expressions inside the parentheses, we'll have y minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 4 all over 5 plus 3 times the quantity of x plus 3. Simplifying the slope, we'll have y minus 4 is equal to -2 over 8 times x plus 3. We know that -2 over 8 can be expressed as -1/4. Now simplifying y minus 4 is equal to -1/4 times x plus 3, we'll multiply the whole equation by 4 to eliminate the denominator. So we will have 4 times the quantity of y minus 4 is equal to -1 over 4 times x plus 3. Now multiplying 4, we'll be able to eliminate the denominator 4, and that leaves you with 4 times y minus 4 is equal to negative 1 times x plus 3. Now distributing 4 and negative 1 will have 4y minus 16 is equal to negative x minus 3. Now since what we are asked is to change or to express the equation in standard form, therefore we will transpose x on the left, putting all terms with variables on the left and all constants on the right. So we will have x plus 4y is equal to negative 3 plus 16. Adding negative 3 and 16 will have x plus 4y is equal to 13. And this is the standard form of the equation of the line. Now let's continue with intercept form. Now for this special case, when the point p sub 1 is the y-intercept, which is denoted by 0b, when we say y-intercept, that means that is where the graph will pass through the y-axis, where b is not equal to 0, and the points x sub 2, y sub 2, the second point, is the x-intercept, denoted by a0. When you say x-intercept, that means that is where the graph will pass through the x-axis, where a is not equal to 0. Then the two-point form of the equation can be written into intercept form. Hence, we'll have y minus y sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times x minus x sub 1 will transform into x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Now let's try to find the equation of the line having the intercepts negative 3, 0 and 0, 3. Write the equation in standard form and draw the line. So first is we have to plot these points, negative 3, 0, which is the x-intercept, and 0, 3, the y-intercept. So we have here our Cartesian plane. This is negative 3, 0, and this is our 0, 3. Now in order to draw the line, we just have to connect these 2 points. Now let's proceed to finding the equation of the line. So we have here the intercepts, therefore we'll use the intercept formula. That's x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Substituting the value of a from the x-intercept and b from the y-intercept. So we'll have this as x over negative 3 plus y over 3 is equal to 1. So next is we multiply this equation by the greatest common denominator, which is negative 3, and then distributing negative 3 to each of the terms. So we'll have x over negative 3 times negative 3 plus y over 3 times negative 3 is equal to 1 times negative 3. So we'll be able to cancel out these values. So we'll have x plus y, and canceling 3, this leaves you with negative 1. So you have plus y times negative 1 is equal to 1 times negative 3. So simplifying it further, we'll have x minus y is equal to negative 3. And this is the standard form of the equation of the line. Now let's have example 6. For the right triangle with vertices 4, 0, 0, 3, and 0, 0, find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the hypotenuse. So first is we have to plot these points. So we have here 0, 0, 4, 0, and 0, 3. Now create our right triangle and identify your hypotenuse. So our hypotenuse has the following points, 4, 0, and 0, 3. So therefore, we have to find the equation of this blue line. Since what we are given are intercepts, therefore we will use x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Now substituting the values for a and b, where a is 4 and b is 3, we'll have x over 4 plus y over 3 is equal to 1. Now multiplying this with the greatest common denominator, which is 12, so we'll have 12 times x over 4 plus y over 3 is equal to 1. Multiplying each of these by 12, we'll have x over 4 times 12 plus y over 3 times 12 is equal to 1 times 12. Now to simplify these, we know that 12 divided by 4 is 3, so we'll have 3 times x, and 12 divided by 3 is 4 times y, we'll have 4y is equal to 1 times 12 is 12. Now, since we are asked to express this in slope-intercept form, therefore we have to isolate 4y on the left side. So we'll have 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 12. Now, dividing each of these by 4, we'll have 4y over 4 is equal to negative 3x over 4 plus 12 over 4. And simplifying that, we'll have y is equal to negative 3x over 4 plus 3. And this is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line that represents the hypotenuse of our right triangle. Now let's have example 7. Find the equation of the line if the line passes through 2, 2, and the x-intercept is twice the y-intercept. In this problem, what we are given is the point 2, 2 and a clue of the values of the x and y-intercept, where x is twice the y-intercept. So first, identify the given in the problem. So we have the point 2, 2. We know that the x-intercept is represented by a0 and the y-intercept is represented by 0b. Now, in the problem, it's given that the x-intercept is twice the y-intercept. So we know that this y-intercept refers to b. So the value of a here is just twice of b. Therefore, we can replace a as 2b. Now let's find the equation of the line. So we will use x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Now substituting the value of a, which is 2b, since we know that a, or the x-intercept, is twice the y-intercept, and b is simply as b. Therefore, the equation becomes 2 over 2b plus 2 over b is equal to 1. Multiplying the whole equation by the common denominator, we'll have 2b times 2 over 2b plus 2 over b is equal to 1. Multiplying each of these terms by 2b, we'll have 2 over 2b times 2b plus 2 over b times 2b is equal to 1 times 2b. So canceling that out, this one, we'll have 2 plus 4 is equal to 2b. Adding 2 and 4, we'll have 6 is equal to 2b. Solving for the value of b, that is 3. Now we already know that for our x-intercept, we have the coordinates 6, 0, since a is equal to 2 times b, so that's 2 times 3, which is 6. And for the x-intercept, that is 0, 3. Now let us find the equation of our line. So that is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Substituting the values of a and b, will have x over 6 plus y over 3 is equal to 1. And this is the equation of the line. Now let's talk about slope-intercept form. For the special case when p sub 1 has coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1 is the y-intercept, which is denoted by 0b, the slope point form can be transformed into the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Hence, if you have y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1, transposing y sub 1 to the right, we will have y is equal to m times x minus x sub 1 plus y sub 1. Now we know that our x sub 1 and y sub 1 is 0b, so substituting that, we'll have y is equal to m times x minus 0 plus b. And we know that x minus 0 is simply x, so we'll have y is equal to mx plus b. Now if the equation of the line is in general form, we can reduce the equation to the slope-intercept form by solving for y in terms of x. That is, if you have ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and we wish to express this in slope-intercept form, first is we will isolate the by, transposing the other terms on the right side, and then dividing every term by the coefficient of y. Now let's have example number 8. Reduce the equation 3x plus 4y is equal to 12 to the slope-intercept form and then draw the line. So first is we have to write our equation 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. Next is to isolate the by or your 4y, so that leaves you with 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 12. Next is dividing every term by the coefficient of y. We'll have 4y over 4 is equal to negative 3x over 4 plus 12 over 4. Simplifying this, we'll have y is equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 3. Now from this equation, we can extract the following values. Slope is equal to negative 3 over 4 and the y-intercept is 3. Now given these values, let's try to draw the line. So we have here our Cartesian plane. First is we shall start with identifying our y-intercept, which is at positive 3 at the y-axis, and then identifying the next point using the slope. So that's negative 3 over 4. So therefore, we have to go 3 units downward and 4 units to the right. So that means this is the next point on our line. Now, drawing the line, we have this orange line. So this is the line that represents 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. And that's the end of this video. See you on the next lesson.